Last time in Dragon Age, we have gathered a new party. Me, Doggy, which I named Atonement, the Witch Morrigan, and Alistair, supposedly a righteous warrior. Alistair. And we're going to the little village of Waldering, where we're gonna gather news potentially in the nearby tavern. Let's get.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Huh.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
You have been very quiet, Alistair. Leave him alone, Morrigan. That's not very righteous of you to be poking him like that.
But how can I? He is right there, speaking, eyes wide like those of a brainless calf.
Hey!
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I
Opa!
can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
He's like, Giga chat anyway. I don't have time to deal with woman. This woman was also flaming on Animo though. He said that he's a brainless calf. Are you kidding me? Is this a EU game? Where are we going first? We should try and use these treaties, I assume. We need to hear some news before we can decide. You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair. Let's hear his thoughts. He is the last remaining of our previous party. We should have his opinion in high regard.
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Hey, didn't I come from Orzammar? I should be able to get us allies there easy, right? With the mafia guy down. What do you think we should do, Morrigan? Yeah, I guess it's fair if we ask her as well. The Blood Spreader was cool as heck in this game. Small thing, but always thought they did a good job on it. Yeah, I kinda like it as well. We just came out of battle.
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
I don't like your plan, Morrigan. Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Wise help. We need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find the Dalish Elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brisilian Forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully, they will still be there.
What about Orzammar? I can't go back there, really? I've been exiled? Oh. I thought it was more of a voluntarily exit, not an exile. Really?
You're going to have to. I certainly wouldn't want to go there alone.
Why? Would it frighten you? Are you afraid of dark and sunken places?
I mean, we won't have any choice. You'll be there under Grey Warden business, and the dwarves will just have to see reason.
They certainly are renowned for an abundance of reason, 'tis true.
Hey! Now she is going at me with the dwarven stereotypes. Man, this woman is going after everyone with her remarks, man. I thought she maybe liked Alistair or something, but she's like, no mercy. How do I get to Orzammar from here?
You don't know where Orzammar is?
He doesn't know how to find it on the surface, fool. He has never been here before.
If you follow the west road around Cullenhard Lake into the mountains through Gerland's Pass, from there I expect you'd know the way.
Gerland's Pass. Where do we find the Circle of Magi?
That would be at their tower on Lake Cullenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
In Royamanlas?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
That's a bit too foreshadowing. What about walking?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
Yeah, we just killed some bandits.
Then you have a plan.
I'm not sure this is a good idea. I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
My plan is for us to go to his uncle, the Earl. Also, we had another reason to go to that village to find the woman, the fallen priest that we found in the jungle, in the swamp. But before we do all that, doesn't seem I can talk to chicken. Let's see what's going on in here, this village situation.
I want to go home.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
Opa.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Hey!
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Or we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Dog is just happy to be part of the group. He doesn't want to talk about anyone's mom. Ay, ay, ay. Not gonna take any things from the refuge crates. They need them more than me. Can we talk to anyone?
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
There'll just be more bandits as soon as you leave.
If there are more bandits, we're gonna put them to justice. Do you need help there, good sir?
I'm scared. When are we going home?
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
They were actually not sirs. Farmer. You know I'm something of a farmer myself in the work.
We don't see many dwarves in these parts. You here to trade?
I'm not a merchant, I'm a Grey Warden. Not every dwarf is a merchant, you know.
Yeah, and my Aunt Fanny's an Orlesian Chevalier. You working with a fella by the bridge?
There's a dwarf on by the bridge?
Not a dwarf, a merchant. Gouging folks by charging a fortune for the basics. They shouldn't have come here with nothing, I guess.
You mean the bandits?
Can't promise I'm gonna answer them.
What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Who is in charge of this village?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
Sir. You don't have a ruling word?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns. If he returns.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
Yes, I drove them away.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
Well, good. Glad someone is gonna reward righteousness. Huh.
Don't let me stop you. Hey? What's on now? Can't promise I'm gonna answer them. Don't let me stop you.
Hey, just because I'm a merchant doesn't mean I didn't want to trade, man. Hey, it is what it is. What we have here? This is closed. Return path. Oh, this is where we attack the bandits. I see, I see. We need to go to the left here.
I hear you drove off those bandits. I hope they don't come back.
If they come back, no mercy then. Oh. And gave them a chance. A Templar, DMD.
If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
Hey, you need to be more optimistic. What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
I really like that you can see the light of his eyes inside the helm. That's such a cool detail. Are you keeping me from going in?
I'm just warning you, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Is anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Sounds to me like we should talk to the Sir Knight first.
Ah, look how they moan and wail and gnash their teeth. It is sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
Back off.
Hey.
I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Beleaguered? Does he mean troubled? You don't look troubled at all. In fact, you seem to be scamming the people during these hard times and making profit instead of sharing goods to those they need. Solve this yourself. I'm not getting involved. Why would I want to help you? Get rid of the tiny part and I'll consider it. Is your profiteering ruffling some feathers? Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
What?
Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Nope. Nothing honest about what you did. Can you beat that offer, sister? No? Agreed, those of you not here to do business leave now? No, you don't think you're being unscrupulous? Is that like unrighteous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Fair enough, time to go, priest. No. Persuade, I think you can compromise and still make a profit. No. Intimidate, lower your prices or lose your goods. That will be... That'll be too forceful, I think. Then go if that's what you wish.
I hope the Darkspawn choke on your cheap hides. Ah!
I suppose it couldn't be helped. Maker help us all.
The Chanters are still operating their board. Now that's dedication.
Hoppa. Little boy.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who is your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Ma. Let's look for your mother now. That's important.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Go to the chantry, child. Someone will look after you. Here, take the silver, buy something to eat. Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
I don't think she's coming, child. Why? Why do I assume that? I didn't figure out what my character figured out in this situation. Why is she not coming?
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
The mean man killed her. Like, do I even have proof for that? I didn't figure this out at all. It sounds like my character has more information than I discovered. I don't think she meant to leave you.
But she must be coming.
You can't stay here forever. What if she doesn't show?
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
I'll take you to your farmhold if you like.
No, I'm big enough to go myself. The mean men must be gone by now.
Wait. Ma. Well, hopefully I stumble upon the kid.
I want to go home.
Greetings, Sir Dwarf. Your folk are famous for their generosity. Might you spare some bread?
I can spare nothing for beggars. What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb.
What?
Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
I made those bandits. They're dead now. Oh no, I drove them off.
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Yeah, very righteous mentality from this family. That's what we like to see.
Shall be done.
A deep mushroom in this rubble. Not gonna touch any of these crates. What about this kid here?
So many strangers are about now.
Damn, this guy sounds like a teenager.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Damn. And who are you? Hello.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
Is he touched in the head or something?
No, he's a chanter. One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker.
Okay. It's like a vow of silence then. He can't talk normally?
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant. Then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
I kinda like him. The Maker is a righteous ass. Anything to say to that? Hell no. A chanter says what? No, that also sounds like a poke. Have anything interesting on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bandits everywhere. Ask to ascribe on behalf of Sir Bran, Templar and Defenders of the Light. Know that all those who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern wood and roads. Beware, the bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pay for the success of any who undertake the mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. The Scumbo Chandler would echo Sir Bran's caution. Test your wind up another victim to those evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after these children in their hour of need. Alright then. We're gonna find these unrighteous bandits.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts. Please, you're scaring the children. Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands.
The fuck?
There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Hello, Yoni. Yeah, I've been enjoying the game so far from a story and narrative perspective. The combat has been a bit weird though. The combat and the moving the characters feels a bit weird to me. Is no one going to shoot this man? Watch where you throw accusations, fool. Ignore him, people. I know I intend to. Why don't you keep your voice down? Phew.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. I will not be silent. Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
I mean, he's kinda right, man. I'm not gonna destroy them, but they forced me to drink the Darkspawn blood. I've been tainted by evil. I've played it for a few hours and combat was not something I'm used to, but I wanna play it again someday. Damn, you should. I've heard there are multiple ways to play through it. It's like a choose your own adventure. Immune to silence. You waste my time. That's enough. This ends now. You poor man, what happened to you? Let's listen to the man instead of trying to make him feel bad.
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn.
You waste my time. It must have been horrible. How did you escape?
No! I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by Darkspawn.
I don't have any persuasion, man. This is ridiculous. You should put out of your misery. No. Standing around and shouting won't save you. This.
There is nothing to do! No hope is left!
That was the best Dragon Age. After that, the franchise went downhill. Still playable, but no, the magic was down. Really? I've heard Dragon Age 2 was also pretty good. We dwarves have held off the Darkspawn for centuries.
Are you calling me a coward?
I know dogs made of sterner stuff than you. I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment. Bro. If I say the intimidate, it's like I'm flaming him like he's lower than dog, which is very unrighteous. I cannot persuade. I know I'm not good at that, so I'm just gonna say no.
I am shamed. But the monsters will take you all. The blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There is always hope. Hama, son of whoever. There's always hope. I'm not good at persuasion. I'm good. That's what my character would say. Fuck it.
Our courage. But there's nothing we can do.
Then lay down and die? No. Do all humans give up so easily? Such cowardice sickens me. Let's go for a rhetorical question, as we don't know much of human culture, I guess.
Then, what shall we do? We must try to go north somehow.
What's up, North?
Your king is dead. There is no hope.
Who's talking? Well, it seems the guy left at least. Not troubling the church here. Hello.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
I want to go home.
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits. Many didn't.
Hello.
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
I'm here to speak to the sir. Do I look like a refugee to you?
So many are coming to Lothering. I make no assumptions. I know it's not something many dwarves do, but if you wish to offer devotion to the Maker, you may enter.
Did you know there were bandits on the highway?
Were? Did you drive them off? Well, Sir Bryant will appreciate that.
Who's in charge of this chantry?
The revered mother runs the Chantry itself, and Sir Bryant heads the Templars stationed here.
So can I go see him? Have you got any news?
Not since Tairn Loghain passed by with his army. It's a shame about the king. But with the Darkspawn coming, few can think of anything else. Maker watch over you.
So far I've heard that there is only one god in this world, which is the Maker. I think I've heard something about the dwarves having a stone thing mother or something, but Damn, the righteous light.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us.
Hello.
Are you here to see the Reverend Mother too?
The who?
The head of this chantry. She's very busy, but I think she's free now. I came to ask for a blessing. With my family abandoning the farm to flee north, we'll need all the grace the Maker can offer. Not to be rude, but how's a dwarf come to be here? I've seen you people in Lothering sometimes, but never the chantry.
I'm not here to pray. Is there anything wrong with the dwarf honoring the Maker?
It's wonderful how the Maker's arms are wide enough for all the nations of Thedas. Well, good luck to you. I need to get underway. If I'm lucky, I'll make it back to the farmhold by nightfall.
Yes? Who might you be?
I am Grey Warden Nikolai.
I see. I am Sir Bryant, commander of the Lothering Templars. Tairn Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
Yeah, and he took... supposedly their village leader is riding with Loghain, so These guys were supposedly should be potentially soon against me. The Grey Warden did not such thing.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Cairn claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
Why, what does he look to Liberty? About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
One less I drove them off myself.
Indeed? They're gone?
It's true. I saw the bastard running for the hills myself.
That's an impressive feat indeed. Will you accept a small reward for your efforts?
He had merchant beard and haircut and clean hands. Damn, but here with the investigation. I could keep an eye for trouble for the right pay. Would you accept the pay? No need. Your 10k is enough.
That is very generous of you. If it interests you, there is a Chanter's board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Need the money for the refugees. Is there any other help you can offer? No? Things seem very dire in the village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I need information.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Have you heard any recent news?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us, none of it is good. Teyrn Loghain is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
King Cowan had no heir. Most people consider Teyrn Loghain a hero. What do you mean?
Teyrn Loghain has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner. And the king's corpse is barely cold. If Arl Eamon was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them.
Damn. What's wrong with Arl Eamon?
Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donnell, is here searching for fantasies while... never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Alright.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
We need to help the Arrow. By any means necessary. Sir Donnell.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donnell? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Teyrn Loghain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
It sounds to me like the arrow got poisoned or something. The timing of this seems way too comfortable for Loghain to rise up. Shouldn't we fling the Darkspawn? I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Teyrn Loghain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Teyrn Loghain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Teyrn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Is there any point in going to Redcliffe, then?
He may be dead already. Or perhaps his luck has changed in the weeks I have been gone.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
Shouldn't be fleeing. No, so your quest for the ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact. But my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Tell me more about this Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Nope. We don't learn much about your religion.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore.
What's up, what's up?
Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Who is Sir Henrik?
My fellow knight and traveling companion. He is delayed, though.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his. Really? I don't remember that.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
Walk it. I'm sorry about your friend. I drove off the bandits that killed him. Oh yeah, the warrior on the bridge. He died.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest. With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
Damn. He called me good sir. That's what we like to hear. The sacred ashes of Andraste. Only one person witnessed Maferat's betrayal. Havard the Aegis, a childhood friend of Maferat, accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Tavinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Maferat was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend in leash, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinter struck him down and Maferat left him for dead. I think I remember reading about this story on a previous thing. Gravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates Minrantos to stop the execution. When he reached it, the terrible deed was already done. The armies on the plains long since dispersed. Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that he had been left of the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched the pile of ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw before him a vision of Andraste, dressed in cloth made of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "The Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember." The song faded, and the vision with it, and Havard was alone, but his wounds were healed. With new strength, Havard took up the ashes of Our Lady and bore them back to the lands of Awamari. He fell ill. The job board. Several organizations for to maintain job boards, and this one you have completed a task. Speak to the organization's representative to receive your reward. You have just opened the world map and details location and interests around the kingdom of Ferodian. You can use the world map to travel to various locations, although some are not available until you meet certain criteria. Party approval.
And when the Maker spoke, chant of light scattered in the darkness. Word dispelled fear and ignorance.
The Maker. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities, and from it made his firstborn, and he said to them, "In my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done." Then in the center of heaven, he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the fate, saying, In my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done. Yet you do nothing. The realm is I have given you is formless, ever changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, Here I decree opposition in all things, for earth sky, for winter summer, for darkness light, but my will alone is balanced sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever changing, but held fast, immutable. With words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky, at last did the Maker from the living world make man immutable, as the substance of the earth. What does immutable mean? Unchanging over time, unable to change.
Immutable.
With souls made of dreaming idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, To you, my second-born, I grind this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenched flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I crafted you, and to the Fade you shall return, each night in dreams, that you may also remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled waiting to see the wonders his children will create. Okay. Sounds pretty good to me. Seems the humans were too AFK, so the Maker made balance.
Fools. Praying for help from a prophet they...
It's terrible. So many come to Lothering, seeking refuge, only to find that we can offer little more than prayer. Does the Maker see our plight? Is he moved by this destruction? I apologize. The Maker's plan is too grand for me to fathom, especially at times like this.
Sounds like Christianity. All over again. What are these priests chanting exactly?
The Chant of Light. Surely you know it.
I'm a dwarf.
Oh, of course. Forgive me. The chant is our devotion to the Maker. Our first commandment as followers of his prophet Andraste. The entire chant takes weeks to sing, and is only done straight through at the Grand Cathedral in Val Royeaux. Here we can only sing a few verses per week, and finish anew each first day.
Alright, tell me more about the Chant of Light.
When the prophet Andraste was burned by the Magisters, the Maker turned away from his creations. We gain his forgiveness by spreading Andraste's teachings. The Maker will return when the chant is sung from the four corners of the world.
I thought he turned his back because they were AFK. Or is he turned his back a second time? This seems like an excuse to spread the Chantry's influence. How do you even know the Maker exists?
He created this world. Every sunrise is proof of his existence. Every child born shows he loves us still. May the Maker watch over you.
Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Righteous.
Then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the Chant of Light make it pure. Let all mankind be humbled. Let all repeat the Chant of Light. Only the Word dispels the darkness upon us.
And when the Maker spoke, the Chant of Light scattered in the darkness. The Word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
Shh, boy.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker.
Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication.
Is this some righteous war?
It has begun.
Then shall the Maker return.
Adventures of the Black Fox. Born Lord Remy Vasco in 863, blessed the Black Fox was a dashing thief and a rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploit that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero of the common people. His initial exploits involve ridiculing the tyrannical and powerful Lord of Valcheven. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the Lord's plans to the point that the Lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox. The origin of the nickname, which stuck, that the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime only after nearly killing him several times, is one of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and following his tax collectors is a favorable pastime of Remy's according to the Orlesian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover Servana de Montfort, in some versions of the tale a mage of the circle no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Servana, and together they escape Orleans. In the period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Tedas. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. He became embroidered in political intrigue, and Nevara was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage in Tevinter. In each situation, Remy escaped dead at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions Carolus and Servana, the wise dwarf Bolek, and the Tempestuous? Tempestuous? What does that mean?
Tempestuous.
Characterized by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotions. Very stormy. Tempestuous Knight, Sir Clementis have each spawned their own individual legends over the years. The stories all agree that at some point the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arwatan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in the forest and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. Ay, ay, ay.
Return to the Black City in heaven, and then shall the chant of light make it.
Sacred Ashes of Andraste. Why was this updated? Fearing a man for suppose would defile them, however, took the ashes of Andraste to a secluded place high in the mountains, and there he carved from the living rock an urn to hold them. Time passed, and the whereabouts of the urn faded from memory. Perhaps it was the Maker's will that only the most worthy should find his beloved's final resting place. Now, we have only the legends, such as that of the Chevalier Water, who quested to find the urn to save his dying daughter, and either found it in time to cure her, or returned 100 years after her death. The ballads end less than a certain point. Somewhere high in the mountain. We're not gonna open that.
Chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Oh, that's what? I thought it might be books.
Darkness. The word dispelled fear.
The chanting brothers are chanting.
You, Miss, what is your name? You
Opa!
seem quite odd to me.
You would not be the first to think so. But avert your eyes. I will not have you staring over long.
Best get used to it. I'll be watching you. We want no trouble here.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the
The Imperial Chantry. There are those who will tell you that the Chantry is the same everywhere as it is here. That the divine Invaurokyoks reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that the fact is unquestioned throughout Tedas. Do not believe it. The Maker's second commandment, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Tevinter Imperium as it did elsewhere. The Chantry there interpreted the rule as meaning that mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men as much as possible. When the clerics of Tevinter altered the chant of light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the divine Invaurokyoks ordered the clerics to revert to the original chant. They refused, claiming corruption within Vaurokyoks, an arrangement that grew until in 487 Towers the Chantry in Revinter elected his own legitimate and uncorrupted divine Valhel, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter Circle of the Magi. This black divine was reviled outside Tevinter, his existence an offense to the Chantry in Vaurokyoks. Vaurokyoks. After 4 exiled marches to dislodge these rebels, all that the Chantry in Vaurokyoks accomplished was to cement the separation. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teachings are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened, and the male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly ever since the Archon Nomaran was elected. Stormed electly from the ranks of the enchanters, the great upholds from the public. He disappeared with the old rules forbidding mages from taking part in politics, and within a century the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their places openly within the government. The Imperial Divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the first enchanters and operates as Divine and Grand Enchanter both. This is utter heresy to any member of the Chantry outside the Tevinter, a return to the days of the Magisters, which brought the blights down upon us. But it exists even though we have left the Tevinter Imperium to the mercies of the dread Kuanari. Still they have endured further. Confrontation between the Black Divine and so-called White Divine is inevitable. So supposedly, from what I understood, the people in the Imperium that are chanters are the Black Divine that allow magic and are mages. But the righteous, proper righteous White Divine don't allow magic to be such a powerful aspect of the chant. That's what I understood from that. The Revered Mother.
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
What tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Very well. 30 silver it is then.
Thank you, my son. What can I do for you then?
I was hoping to receive... I'm a great warden, I need your help. Do I need... I mean, these people seem to need more help than me. I was hoping to receive your blessing then.
That is not a common request from a dwarf. Naturally, I will be happy to oblige.
Damn.
In Andraste's name, I call upon the Maker to watch over his child and creation. Watch over his path, O Maker. Give him light in darkness.
The righteous light!
So let it be. Now, if there is nothing else...
Maybe she has some information, let's tell her.
A Grey Warden. Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it is Loghain who betrayed the king.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Perhaps I should go.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
We donated 30 silver and we got a blessing.
Let it rise at last for the ears.
We even had a lot more we could donate, but that's gonna be all for now.
It shall be done.
Chantry, Dane's Refuge. Ho ho, holy
So tell
moly,
me
hello.
something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
It sounds like her mother might have been bringing men in her home. Is that doggy alive here on the bridge? Yeah, I actually saw it breathing. You can see its ribcage expanding because it's breathing fast. Such a cool detail. DM. Hello?
I'm scared. When are we going home?
What do we have here? Minor.
Got a brother that fell at Ostagar. Hope we're not next.
So how is it that Tairn Loghain survived when even the Grey Wardens didn't make it out of that place down south?
I heard he saw just in time what those Grey Wardens were doing and saved his men. He's a hero, that's what he is.
Too bad he couldn't save poor King Cailan. Blast those Grey Wardens, they deserve what they got and more.
What?
I'll say. First they drag the king down there and then they throw him to the wolves. It's no wonder it all went bad.
Hey!
Best be careful, Darkspawn are coming.
Greetings, my lord. Greetings, my lord.
That is not what happened. A helpful refugee.
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
Tell me about these soldiers.
They're not here to defend us. They were looking for someone before they started drinking. I hear they almost killed a man because they didn't like his face. I wonder if they're deserters from the King's army.
Might need to take a look into that. You seem unhappy.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the king dead, them Darkspawn will overrun Lothering before anyone can organize. You'd think those soldiers could at least run off the bandits. I hear someone gave them what they deserved. Wasn't you, was it?
Well, of course I know who that was. That was me.
It was? Hey, everyone! This is the one who drove out those thieving bastards! More will probably come, but it's good to know some justice is left here. Thank you.
I hear they eat you.
I heard they just got slaves. Take you underground and make you work.
You ever hear of any ex-slave? They just get sick and die, I bet.
You may be right. No surrender then.
Let's see this soldier situation in the tower. Are they being unrighteous?
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a dwarf by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen one.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
It looks like he wants a fight. I'm happy to oblige. What makes you think we're traitors? I don't need your help, miss. Let's talk about this before things get out of hand. What makes you think we're traitors?
Tern Loghain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk. Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and
What?
anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Very unrighteous. Not only they wanna take me for whatever reasons, but they also wanna kill the poor people in the bar. These unrighteous people must be stopped. Ay, ay, ay. Let's threaten. You're already stand, so just go for a shield bash. My mage lady needs to back off a little bit. Doggy, try to flank. Hit the soldier with a bash.
Be careful!
Morrigan, why are you milling? Don't you have Wretch Staff attack or something? Let's try Winter's Grasp on this one, see if we can CC him. Nice, man. And then... we're on good HP. What else could we cast? Disorient. Set momentum, but making a target less effective combat by focusing penalty. We're actually gonna do that on the commander instead. This guy is on the ground. Oop, I'm actually losing some HP here. Sheesh. Let's go for a shield combo. Getting CC'd, man. Let's tank this guy, pummel him. The dog. Try to go for the archers. Take them down from the back. Morrigan. This reduces magical resistances. Power shape too much. Mind Blast. Stuns enemy caught in the sphere. Let's see if that does damage. Oh, that was a AoE around me or something. Interesting. So it stunned the people around me. Let's put Alistar on the flank here while this is happening then. Oh, the priest lady is helping us, Leliana. Very brave and righteous from her. DM. Wait, did you cast Winter's Grasp without my permission? Man, remove these tactics. You have a bear? No, it's a dog. Humongous dog, my good sir. The dog you were trying to save earlier in the camp. I named him Atonement. He had a strong name. DMD. Let's go for this archer now. Gonna bash him. Yeah, 'cause he's a beefy boy, that's why. I'll stare bash him. Morrigan, you could, let's see here.
You need help?
Try to disorient the main guy.
Alright, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
I don't want them reporting to Loghain. Ooh. I should give Mercy whatever the circumstances. The Grey Warriors didn't betray King K1. Loghain did. We're gonna tell them the truth. Morrigan can stun them with her hooks. Okay.
I was there. The Tern pulled us out of a trap.
The Tear left the king to die.
The wardens led the king to his death. The Tern could do nothing.
You really are Brian killed him? No. Start running now. Take a message to Loghain. I don't want to kill them. Give him a message to not look for me.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened. He'll pay for what he's done. We're coming for him. He'll have to do better than this. We know the truth.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I like this righteous woman helping us. Can we hire her to our group? It's alright, I was happy to save your life. She kinda helped us though. I appreciate what you try to do. Where does the sister learn to fight like that? Yes.
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
What does that mean?
I joined the Chantry to live a life of religious contemplation. But I am no priest, not even an initiate.
You're wearing their covers though. I'm Nikolai, a pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Hell yeah! I'm sorry, sister, we're very mistaken. Why so eager to come with me? I will need help, that's true. And just what help you will be to me? Yes, I will need help.
That and the Maker wants me to go with you.
The Maker is on my side. Welcome aboard then. Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I will not turn away help when it's offered. You feel sorry for the people who held them here. That's also a good one. But she wants to fight the big fight. And take the big evil. So I think she would be better handled into our group.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Oh! Do I need to switch? She's a rogue! Doggy, you're a good boy, but I guess you're gonna have to sit on camp.
Indeed.
Ay. One of the soldiers died. Let's talk to her further.
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through. Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
The vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Ooh! This must be my favorite character so far. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
Oof! Talk to me, baby! She wants to fight against the evil. The Chantry says the Maker has left us. The Blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him? Ooh! The Chantry says the Maker left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
Are you saying the Chantry is wrong? Believe what feels right to you, Leliana? Yes.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
You don't need the church to stay for what is righteous. Dim.
Yes? Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending, how so? They tend to be self-righteous. That's why I'm not particularly fond of them. How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
That sounds like a very selfish outlook from your colleagues. What did you say to them? I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry. 3.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. Yes? Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Wuthering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in a cloister. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Sanctimonious, preachy like all the other Chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they? Let's go with 4.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did succor mean exactly? What did you do before then?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
What? Yeah, that was a little bit too fast. In the cloister, from the fuss and fury of the cities, I found peace, and in the stillness, I could hear the Maker. A lay sister of the Chantry who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough, but one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Nikolai in Wuthering, insisting that she would prove useful. What about Morrigan? There's more to Leliana that had even been apparent at Wuthering, however. She spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin, and spy employed by the nobles of Val Roy in their elaborate games of intrigue. Wait, I didn't know about any spy situation. What's up with that? I cannot talk to her about that. Wait a second.
Yes?
Can you please praise on setting less blood, so no blood after fight? We shall see.
Well, here I am.
Do you have any tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I'm not gonna remove Lesbo. This is the reality of the situation, my good sir. Tell me about the Darkspawn.
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinter Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Why would the Maker allow the golden city he would reside to be transformed by sin? That seems a little bit weird. Know any stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
Go ahead.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods.
What?
Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Continue.
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney.
Ooh.
But Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Like the Witch King and Elwyn in Lord of the Rings. Go on.
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the Grand Melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed.
What a
The
joker.
crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he.
Bro.
And slit her throat.
Disgusting. That's terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
That was a cool story. Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Oh. Oof. Let's not. Maybe Morrigan doesn't want us to speak about her family, but I'm gonna say that I met a Flemeth in the wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists.
She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Tell me the whole story.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle.
I read this story in a book.
Captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
We read that in a book a few episodes ago. Conovar went and killed Olsen then. And then Flemeth took revenge on Conovar later.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her.
It was bait!
But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
There was another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride.
Damn!
But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Do you know anything about... How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own.
We read that in a book as
She
well.
was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hyserian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burnt at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Why did the Maker not save her with his power?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Hello, my Nestian, you're looking at a single-player game called Dragon Age Origins. Where is the bot coming from? We just had a scuffle in the bar. There were 2 knights that were in the... sent by the enemy to find me because of a grand betrayal. And this woman wanted to stop this fighting, so she helped me against the knights, because they were also troublemakers. Is she a butcher? No, she is actually a righteous priest warrior. And also she had a vision about the forces of evil consuming the world. So she said that she wanted to join me because it was the Maker's will. The Maker is the God in this world, to the humans. So I agreed. Now she's telling me stories from the past. Do anything about Dalish? This is Darkspawn blood? No, it's not. I wouldn't say this as big booba. I would say those are pretty average, normal women breasts. Maybe a little bit on the above average side. You should, hopefully you don't get to see my other companion behind me. You might need to keep yourself more righteous when that happens. Yeah. Do you know anything about Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own. The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
Alright then. We've read all the stories. My other two companions have anything to add to any of this?
What do you need? Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly? It was about the Grey Wardens. So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I mean before that.
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem like the religious sort.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
The woman we just talked to is also part of the Chantry. But you can see that they are definitely quite different on the scale of their religious fervor. You think this is better than being a Templar? Why did your Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Don't start crying, Glenn, please. He was a good man. I don't know about that. I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be... It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Morrigan?
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How do you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time then? This something you do? But it's just a legend, right? Devouring little boys is unrighteous.
So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms? Can you become a shapeshifter? Do you spend all the time as an animal? I've never heard of magic like that before. Do you spend all the time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Call the wild Jutuzuve, damn. What do other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the Circle of Magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
By practitioners you mean apostates, don't you? The Chantry simply seeks to protect us from danger. Isn't that sort of magic open to abuse? Simply to protect us.
Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the Circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk. There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom.
Can you change to other humans?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
It does seem a little revolting. Maybe tied to a flagpole and tickled. That would just make you angry, I think. At the very least. I mean... that's a big question you're asking all of a sudden. I don't think I want to flirt with her. I like the other lady more. It does seem a little revolting.
Typical. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Aye, aye, aye.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Did you grow up in the Corsair Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime. I'm curious. Fine, I'll leave you. It's my favorite way of annoying you. I'm curious.
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
But you kept going back to the wilds?
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
You must have looked quite a fool, very daring, that sounds like you. Chew.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was a quick thinking. What happened to the poor man?
Who cares? As I recall, he was executed. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are, you can go back if you like. I guess the joke's on you then. Yet here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes? What do you wish of me?
So her unrighteousness rises. She said she executed a man for acting like a scared little girl.
If you must.
Have you been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
I think she's lacking the... I'm getting to know her more. And you're cute. I don't want to be rude. You don't have to answer if you don't want.
Of course I don't. 'Tis no matter. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Did you actually kill them all?
Me? No, I never did any of the killing, until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort of thing. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Don't you regret hurting any of those men at all?
Would they have regretted hurting me? I was a young child. Yet do you think they would not have gleefully held my head aloft as a trophy?
That's a
There
fair
are no
point.
trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
Absolutely. There's worse things than that, no. That's pathetic justification, no, you're probably right.
An enlightened view, or at least an agreeable one. Enough of this talk, let us return to the task at hand.
A person should be able to defend himself if people are trying to threaten him.
What do you wish of me?
Something personal.
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
You're a heartless shrew, you know that? Why? Never mind. Anyway, we've talked to everyone. Done now. Is that an L?
We're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Sorry about the mess, I'm not here to make trouble.
Well, those boys were trouble themselves, to tell the truth.
Right then, name's Denal. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
You have bolos everywhere. Have you heard any rumors?
Some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Loghain being named Regent. There are rumors he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Loghain couldn't save the king from that inn, then nobody could. Anything else I can get you?
Who are those men I fought exactly?
When Tyrn Loghain marched by, he left those fellas behind to look for Grey Wardens. I suppose that's you.
Yes, it is.
I have no qualm with you, whatever the Tyrn says. My grandfather served. Your secret's safe with me. What can I get you then?
I'll be going.
Luck speed your way.
I don't need rooms.
I don't want any trouble. Please, don't hurt me.
Blackstone Leoson.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Why should I help you?
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Orlais. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelnor, is an honorable man who sees that we can do some good in Ferelden once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
Okay, how can I be of service? He does say he will side with the king.
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take Oak.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Letters from Blackstone Irregulars. To the inimitable? What does that word mean? Inimitable. So good or unusual as to be impossible to copy, unique.
Inimitable.
Or like, not to be imitated. Your deeds have spread since the tragedy of Ostagar, and I find myself in need of one such as you. I am Raelnor, captain of the venerable Blackstone Irregulars, and I hope to win your trust. The Irregulars have come to hard times since the war with Orlais. But I have fought to improve their reputation. Gone are the days of my father's shady deals with unscrupulous nobles in Denerim. No, I have trained a guild filled with honorable men, ready to fight for Ferelden. And I'm proud to say that I have seen your way, Grey Wardens, as a sort of a model. We are not perfect. My own son advocates a move back to the more lucrative way my father ran the guild. But we are steadfast. It is in the context that I ask for your help, and I promise we will reward you accordingly. Should you be willing, please find letters in this box and others like it all over the land, and carry out the request there. For this matter, consider requests from my son as if they come from myself. And thank you again, from the bottom of my heart, whether you choose to assist us or not. You're doing the Maker's work, Warden, and I am honored to work with you. Okay. Seems like a righteous man to me. The irregular box.
It shall be done.
Scrapping the marrow. My friend, there are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Irregulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below and return to the Irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse to do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. Dernau Garrison, Redcliffe. Pater Grich Lodering. Varel Bern Denerim. Alright then. Dereliction of duty. Is that avoidance? Dereliction.
Dereliction.
The state of having been abandoned. Dilapidated. Down, deal with my friend. The Irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the Irregulars' future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problems have been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final conduction of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will likely find these men in the full location. Samuel, Lake Calenhat. Layson, Denerim. Tornas, Frostback Mountains. Damn. Dear friend, you're receiving this letter because you or someone else placed your name on an article of conscription, thereby pledging your life to the Blackstone Irregulars. With war warming on all fronts, the Irregulars must build their numbers. We are forced to call upon those who have sworn their assistance to make good on the oaths. Say farewell to your friends and family. While you may return to them, you must prepare them for the possibility that will be your last day together. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Wait, I'm a Blackstoner now? And a Grey Keeper? That sounds like a little bit too much.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Alright. What about you, Barlin?
I heard what you did with the other merchant. Got what he deserved.
Because I still don't have food to sell.
Show me what you've got. Know of any well-paying work in wardering? Nah. Show me what you got. So this is a merchant and he didn't like the unrighteous merchant. Good to know. I'll keep the mana potions. I'll keep these consumables. Enchanted dagger +4. I don't think I need that. Darkspawn dagger. -1 dex. I'll skip that one. Flat blade. This is two-handed. We don't have a two-hander here at the moment, the party. I'll keep it. Main hand sword. I actually don't like the messy kills, so I think I might swap from my mace away. I'm gonna sell some of this basic leather stuff. Chainmail. Recruit shield. Extra damage versus Darkspawn. Nah. Templar shield. Have that already. Ropes. Might need to see if we can give those to Morrigan. Have some stones here. What are you selling? Some healing. We have all the go. I'll buy some of this cheap healing here. The lesser ones. What else here do we have? Those are... Ah, that's something he's selling. Torn of the Dead Gods. Dagger. +2 damage, +2 armor penetration. I'm not a dagger main. Saber's crossbow. 26 strength crossbow. Rapid aim. I don't have a crossbow at the moment. Lightning rod. Electricity damage, resistant electricity damage. Cannot equip item on this character. Mabari Warpaint. Stamina regeneration. Oh, that sounds like a doggy item. Radius of the Courser. Mabari Warpaint. Amulet of Accord. Reduces hostility. Physical resistance. That sounds pretty good. I think I'll buy that. See if I can put it on someone. I don't have any amulet, so. Golden rope necklace. A gift. This unique necklace is made of delicate gold. Strands twisted together in a thick rope. Gifts can be sold to a merchant or given to certain party members to influence their approval rating. Shiny gold ring, a gift. I'll buy one of these. Maybe. But I don't wanna improve my approval with party members by buying them with gifts like that.
Right.
Tier 3. I'm gonna put the Warden Longsword. What about you? Can I give you some mage stuff? Staff. She has a tier 3 staff already. Can I see the difference between magic and spell power somewhere? Spell power. Increase the effectiveness, duration, and damage of spells as well as staff damage. Wow, this amulet. Oh, she already has an amulet. Mental resistance. Restriction mulligan. Damn. Maybe I can put some of these amulets to other teammates as well. A ring sword as well. 1 will power. What are willpower though? Skills. Willpower. Present the character's temptation made of fortitude. Mages can cast more spells thanks to deeper mana pool. Or stamina regen. Magic. Character's natural affinity to arcane these attributes of crucial mages since it directly increases character's spell power score. Determines the potency of spells. The magic ability also determines how effective potions, potencies, and salves are for all classes. So she could use a willpower ring. And what about this woman?
What now?
She's using a dagger with +4 attack. So she's a dagger priest. Okay. She has a one cunning amulet already. What if we make what if I make you a bowmaster instead, so we don't have all melee? Yeah, but you already have melee skills. Dirty Fighting, Pinning Shot, Song of Valor, Bard, Crippling Shot, Below the Belt. The rogue delivers a swift and is quick to the target, dealing normal combat damage as well as penalty to defense. Shattering Shot. Let's see, what is your skills? Improve stealing. Eh? I don't like that. Deft hands. Improve tools. The rogue has taken to carry a full set of implements designed to defeat trickier walks and spring traps without harm. These tools add a further bonus when walk picking as a disarming traps, which the character's cunning score of effects. Song of our Bard. The Bard sings an initiative of Valor as heroes, granting the party bonuses to mana or stamina regeneration at the rate affected by the Bard's cunning. The Bard can only sing one song at a time. Dual weapon. Archery. So she's an archer, man. Alright then. She doesn't have a bow, I'll give it to her. This bow does more damage. I did sell some of my leather stuff. What is your armor here on you? Can I give you armor? Like this chest and ropes? Oh, she has clothing, +2 magic. Alright.
What now?
This one is with a rope. I'll give her a much better rope. Nice. Bro, what? This rope makes her look super unrighteous. It is what it is. Supposedly it has more defense. Weapon rune. Ay, 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 man. It hasn't been 10 minutes and she has already abandoned Pada the Cleric and she's going full rogue, man. She has become a devilish woman. You're a bad influence, Morrigan. Man. Oh, you can put arrows here. I don't want to waste them. I guess I'll keep them for a big fight, boss fight or something. Does the other two knights have any amulets? He has a ring, specifically. I can give him an amulet, which is gonna be cold resistance or physical resistance reduces hostility. Oh, that's the one I bought, but I don't want that. But physical resistance is good for tanking though. Can I read what physical resistance even does? I'll give myself the... Oh, 2 Constitution amulet. I didn't know I had that. I must have removed it by mistake. Or was given to me by a reward as I became a warden. Can I read anything about what we just have on you? On stats or maybe something? Skills? No? Tactics? It must be here. Spirit resistance, nature resistance, physical resistance. Measure the character's ability to resist physical effects like being knocked down. Oh, I see. Well, I can always stand, so that's fine. What do you want?
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Know of any well-paying work in watering. But I don't wanna do a good paying work. We have more important things to do. I guess I'll skip on that quest. Ay ay ay. We need to save the world and give all the important information.
Sorry, I don't know any dwarven songs. I just play what the innkeep asks.
I'm gonna take a role-playing decision and skip a quest.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe. He talked to everyone in the town.
Boys were saving here. It seems there is a lot more people that want to talk to us. But I'm getting hungry. Ay ay ay. Why though? Because looking for work shouldn't be our priority. Our priority should be not to be earning money, Dempa man. It should be to save the world and deliver crucial information to the kings. So instead of do every single quest in the game to explore every single thing, because we are metagaming quest completioners, we should play the game in how the character would play it. Which will be much more... Did you finish your question, Richard? Yes, but I didn't have that mentality then. Now I have it. I'm now more into roleplay since I went into D&D. It's more important for me to be true to my character. Also, it gives you a sense of... It gives you a sense of your decision having more of a impact. And... what do you call it? Like, when you play in one type of path, there are downsides to it, and it's nice to see the downsides as well, by not doing everything. Poor farmer will die because of you don't have. No, this guy, I don't know about poor farmer. This guy said he's just offering quest for work. I'm not working for work. I'm good on money. We should prioritize saving people's lives. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, we're done. I'm not gonna be raiding anyone. Thank you for watching.